Good evening. Yes, it's me. Sorry for the hour, but I had a lot of stuff I had to do. So basically, I'm just going to go over some photoshops that I did for the Anthony Cumia show way back when in that beloved year of 2020. Oh, all the memories. It won't be all of them. Some of them were particularly naughty and, well, they're not YouTube friendly. Probably not even Rumble friendly. I don't even know, So a selection, if you will. And I'll give you a little tour of them. And won't that be fun? Won't that be nice? Yeah, I think so. Some of these I've done on my locals before. I used to do a regular thing like that. That was before the streaming days. But what the hey, I'll go through. I have the folders. I kept folders of all this stuff. And they're still there. And so I'll go through. So let me take a look here. This will be the first one that I'm looking at. It should work out. Hopefully. All will be as it should be. Yes. Yes. All right. Now, I don't particularly want... Oh, wait. Let me get that out of my way. The camera is off. Well, I guess you're just going to have to... That's right. I'm doing this in the with Super Tip available. So if you want to send one, please, I will have to do it that way. Set it up so I can make damn sure that I will see that it is back and forth and all that good stuff. But anyway, here we see, yes, that bygone era where Dave Landau was Anthony's co-host. And, all good things and everything. So anyway, the first image. Now, are these in chronological order? No. I think they just basically had titles and stuff. The title for this one is 1 Compound 12. That's strange. So anyway, I would send these over to Garrett Andritz, the main dude in the booth. And then they'd show up at the end of the show. And now, then that became Ryan when Anthony went over to Censored, merged and all that. Then Ryan went over with Sam Hyde. And so now Sean Goggins, I send him to Sean. And, but way back when, this is what you got. So this is an image from the show Adam 12. And for years, this is one of those, I don't think it's a Mandela effect thing, but it was like I was a little kid when that show was on. And I do recall it. And, but of course, the opening theme and whatnot was 1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12. And I kept thinking the show was actually called 1 Adam 12. But it's just Adam 12. None of the officers were called Adam, though. But anyway, there we go. There's Anthony and Dave, police officers from Adam 12. Here, oh boy, remember 2020 was that great presidential election. Oh boy, the fun. Yeah. So they had a debate, with Trump and Biden. And yeah, you'll notice I signed it with my logo thing, Mr. Nailsin and all that. But this is where I kept this. I still have this image of Super Trump, and I signed it in his cape. So 2 signatures on this one. I think this is an earlier stage. I just went and looked for one. I don't think this is the one they did, but whatever. So there's, Trump. He's, obviously who's the better of the two? So he's Super Trump, and then here's lost and bewildered Joe Biden showing up for the debate, though he appears to be completely unaware of it. And yeah, it's strange. It's almost as if I saw this way back when, that there was something wrong with Joe. But apparently, a lot of people are now saying they only just realized this, 5 minutes ago. So, yeah. But I guess that makes me special or something. Anyway, here we go. The Three Stooges. So I found this image of the Three Stooges. And oh boy, this is in happier days, So of course there's Dave Landau as Mo, Anthony as Curly, and Larry Fine. Why, that's Steven Crowder. Yeah. Yeah, he came on the show. Yeah. Oh, well, these things happen. So there you go. And of course, the actual background for Anthony's compound studio of the day. Now he has an actual real one. Or so he would have us believe. You think that's switching the shelf around? You think that fools anyone? It's all real. But he just had a big sheet of green, and this was projected or put in on it through the technology and stuff. Oh, it's all very high-tech stuff. Anyway, at one point I was able to catch it on one of the shows, and I said, oh, that'll come in handy. And so a lot of Anthony Show Nailsin photoshops featured that. And it really came in handy. It was just like, oh man, I want to send them something, but I don't know what to do. And you just start with the background, and you could just put damn near anything. Well, this was there was this popular show, Gambit, I think, or whatever. And it's a pretty girl in the role and everything. But everyone kept talking about Trump is playing 4D chess. So I set up this title like it's a Netflix series. And Trump is the chess playing genius. 4D chess. Well, I guess she had I don't know, issues in the show. But anyway, yeah, Trump doesn't drink. But there you go. Anthony was talking about it on the show. I can't remember exactly the context or whatnot. But 4D chess gets thrown around a lot about Trump. So I put Trump's face in there, and there you go. This one, man, I'm guessing this was a New Year's Day image. Well, this must have been, we had no idea what was coming, did we? Yeah. Well, Anthony seems upset about something. This is a good image to throw in, that he's screaming in rage. I can't remember who this girl is and why she's there. I don't know. I didn't take the green out. Look at that. He's turning into the Hulk or something. But here, this kid, now I can't show the image that this kid, he was like on his field trip with his school, and this crazy woman disrobed protesting something. I don't know, it was some old lady with purple hair and stripped naked in front of these kids. And, everybody's like taking shots. Some of them are laughing. Some of them are horrified and all that stuff. This one kid is like, really? Come on, lady. He's had enough. And I was just, what a great look. So I think this might have been before 2020. I can't remember. And I thought, oh man, that's going to come in handy. And there was a couple of images over the years. And then, I forgot about it, but it was like, oh God, looking at something stupid, So I put him in here, and then I said, little Beavis feels the same way. So there's Beavis with his ears coming out of the hat, and he's got the same look. And then, well, here's the buddy of the woman who got Anthony fired from Sirius XM, but I can't remember the lady whose face I put on there. And so it's forgotten. There's some reason for this. I have to go all the way back and watch the show to try to understand what the hell's going on here. But with all that and the confetti and stuff, I'm guessing this is January, So I don't know. Oh, wait, I'm stupid me. The title, I can see it. It says 5 years. So maybe this is what, the 5 years of Compound? Maybe that's, and but why? Who is this? I don't know. Because that's not what the lady looked like. The one that got Anthony fired. Yeah. Well, it's gone. But some things I remember. Anyway, and here she is. This is her. So I had to fix her arm in the previous one. So, so she had a different pose and all that. Because I didn't want her, hand in the way of her face. And this lady, oh, no, you didn't. And there's Anthony now. So he was at Times Square taking pictures. And here he is doing a selfie. Little did he know this fateful night. And so she was not in this image. That's another one, but I put her in it because, hey, it encapsulates the moment in time. And so, of course, 6 years ago, a woman changed a man's life. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah. All down to her not wanting to be photographed for some woman. Yeah. I mean, for some woman, for some reason. Never did find out who the hell she was or anything. I think he did. He tried. Like, wouldn't it be funny if he got her on the show and everything? But, oh, well. This lady, she was a favorite subject of discussion on the show. Of course, she doesn't look anything like this, and I don't know. She may not even be alive because she was very, 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 very thin, and so the opposite, that she would go the other extreme and end up on my 600-pound life for TLC. No, that's not going to happen. I don't think. And I haven't heard about her. She sadly, she may have passed away because it looked really bad. And it's just like, can't you? I don't know, commit people? She's destroying herself. I don't know, but yeah, that came along. The $600 man, get it? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, making fun of the whole thing. He's worth a little more than $600, but it's a joke. So there's Anthony as the Bionic Man from, one of my all-time favorite shows when I was a child. Here's Anthony and Dave on board the Discovery in 2001 Space Odyssey. But look who's watching them. Yeah. But they figure he doesn't know. He can't hear us, but he can read their lips. So he knows exactly what Anthony's telling Dave. Yeah. Here they are as Beavis and Butthead. So there you go. See, it's as simple as that. There was one of these costume stores, and they sell Beavis and Butthead costumes. So you get this, and you and your pal can go to a Halloween party as those two idiots. And all I needed was the background. Bloop, bloop. And there you go. It's done. So, that's yeah. Joe Biden had a lot of problems going up the stairs to Air Force One. And so possibly a solution was, those chairs that can help you go upstairs. Now, keep it at a distance so it doesn't show, but I needed to fix that. It's too faded. Man, he's already a ghost, as if his leg is going through the railing there. So, all right, it ain't perfect, but you get the idea. He's in the little chair. And then he falls out of it when they try to get him out. Here's some pretty good, cool action poses. I've used these I don't know how many times, and decided, I don't know. I just threw it in there again. Well, I got the background. What do? I know, something really absurd that you would never, ever see them do. So there's Dave doing some, I don't know, karate moves, I guess. And then Anthony diving to seek cover as he blasts away at his enemies. So, it works. Oh, yeah, Nadler. I think he's retired now or going to, won't be really. I forget. Anyway, he had a problem. He pooped himself, and you could see him waddle off the stage as he was trying to hold what little of it he could. So I recommended he could have become a spokesperson for adult diapers, to deal with something. Because sometimes a surprise isn't sweet. So it could have worked out. But I guess it didn't happen. I don't know that he ever figured out how to wear the mask. But saw him wearing it like that a lot. Yeah. While demanding everyone else wear it properly, I guess. But anyway. Okay. So you might know John Travolta is a pilot. He can fly planes. Can. So put Dave Landau here in Leslie Nielsen's character space. Put John Travolta over Peter Graves. And, of course, the line, "Yo, Landau, do you like gladiator movies?" So there you go. Yeah. And in fact, boy, he really fits in there, Dave, it's all right. I still didn't get enough of that out. But, damn. He really, there's something here. That might be something. Is that Peter Graves' ear or something? I don't know. Other than that, pretty damn good. And then I guess I was in an airplane. Oh, what's his name? Robert. Damn it. The main star of the airplane. And then he did that Starman TV show. Robert Hayes. Was that it? I think. He was a guest on the show, and they were talking about it and stuff. So I think that's why I did it. And they must have talked about John Travolta for some reason. So I put him in there. But anyway, here's Dave as the autopilot, and good Lord, really fit in. Anthony as Leslie Nielsen, and oh, damn it. He was a regular guest. God, why can't I remember? But anyway, he's in Robert Hayes' position. Man, I apologize. That's on me. Oh yeah, this. So sometimes some things, these were in the days where I had the time to watch Anthony's show live. So I could do Photoshops on things that took place within the show. And in this one, I didn't really need to Photoshop anything. I mean, it's a Photoshop, but not typical. I had my little logo, of course. But here, Rich Voss called in, and him and Aaron Berg are talking to him. And but the lighting, you see, there's a problem here. The sun, it's over here, but it's still the light source is from his back. So you can't see who this is. So... So I put Rich in quotes from an undisclosed location, like he's in witness protection, This was a very serious episode of the Anthony Cumia show. So, sent that in. Here's Dave and Anthony sharing some of their vacation photos where they went skinny dipping with Amy Schumer. So that's what they did. They why the long faces, guys? But anyway, yeah, there you go. How about that? Oh yeah. So Anthony found this old commercial for Innocent. It's, this guy comes home pissed off, mad because he's been at work all day and he's got this raging headache. Meanwhile, his wife is, it's like, and that's like a beast, you know. And his kids wanted to show him something they did in school, and she wanted to talk to him about all that stuff or whatever. And he's just not in the mood for anything. He just wants to go sit down and relax or whatever, you know. And so the kids and him and the wife is babbling at him and everything. And he's, oh, damn it, don't push me. He just loses it and yells at him. And they all, oh, they're all upset. You know, this is terrible. Don't lose your cool. Deal with headache pain with Anderson. So it's a funny ad. So I photoshopped Anthony over the dad, you know, where he gave this. I think this is when he was talking about Ted Bundy. And he said he was watching there was this documentary about him, and you could see him when he represented himself in one of his cases. And he was a very charming man. He was joking with people and laughing and stuff, but every now and then he would look at the camera and he would give this look. And that was the real look. So I captured that and I said, oh, this will come in handy to show Anthony looking angry or something. And so it's perfect for this character from the Anderson commercial, which I did. But Anderson, a proud sponsor of Compound Media. So there you go. But what a find, you know. It was a hilarious ad. It's on there somewhere. Old Anderson ad on YouTube. This is a Flash Gordon. It wasn't the original Flash Gordon. This is Alex Ross. There's his signature, so I put my Photoshop logo underneath. I did the Anthony part and Dave Landau. Yeah, in case you couldn't figure that out. Oh, and I changed the title to Aunt Cumia. Yeah, Aunt, Savior of the Universe. See, that's how that works. Anyway, what inspired this? Why make Anthony Flash Gordon? Well, he went ahead and posted a picture of himself on the Twitter while he was getting his hair done. And they were putting the color, but the color made his hair look blonde. And so, so I could be Flash Gordon. And there you go. And then, well, someone's got to be Ming. I think I'd done a previous one, but I don't think I had the font yet. I hadn't found it. I found it for this one. That's the Flash Gordon font, and could spell it. But I did one where it was Anthony and his brother, because his brother, you know, well, he has the bald head and had the goatee, so he looked more like Ming the Merciless than Dave did. But of course, these were the days where Dave was, you know, part of the show. There you go. Aunt Cumia, Savior of the Universe. There's typically a lot of pulp fiction art from old pulp magazines and novels and stuff like that. I just can't get enough of that stuff. Love it to death. That and old movie posters and stuff like that. So here, I don't know what the deal was. Some sort of bikers harassing some teenage lovers on their way to Lover's Lane, you know. And, well, I guess he'd rather get the girl than Dave. So they're fighting over Chrissy Mayer. So she's riding with Dave and Dave. Why you? But Anthony's got a wrench. Oh, no. So, yeah, it doesn't look good for Dave here. But then again, he is in the more powerful vehicle. So, well, hopefully that all turned out okay, you know. Something went wrong here. Now, this is probably one of the Halloween images. So when October rolls around, we do a lot of those. And so here, Anthony, you know, Star Trek fan, was messing around with the transporter, and a fly got in there, and look at this. Good Lord. So here he is asking Dave, help me. So Dave was like, who? And so, but you got to be careful. around those machines that disintegrate you and then promise to put you back together wherever you're going. But it could have been worse. I mean, you know. Anyway, boy, mugshots. Yeah. Sometimes, I don't know, things go wrong. So Anthony, well, he got caught. Now, if I had a better picture of the woman who got him fired, for whatever reason, I guess they were talking about the old story of Hugh Grant getting caught with this prostitute. And so I put Anthony. That's it. That's all there is to it. So Dave, what the hell's this, Anthony? Well, shizness happened, you know. Now here, Anthony, this isn't going to work. It would work today, possibly. But in 2020, and still, even with Trump in office, still very much a woke era and all of that. So the idea of just dressing up like a woman would get you out of the military. Oh, no, Anthony, that wouldn't work. So, you know, Loretta Swit, Hot Lips is, who do you think you're fooling? You know. Oh, no, sometimes, you know, Anthony, he just can't contain himself. And here he's expressing his artistic commentary on certain social movements, you know. Yeah, good Lord. That almost looks like he has a mullet. He doesn't. He just hadn't had a recent haircut, so it is kind of growing up. But this building kind of makes it look like he grew a mullet. But he did. What the hell is it? Huh. He must have he had one of those. So there he wrote in on that. So, yeah, you know, it's long past time for the Mannix reboot. And who could play Mannix? Well, why not Anthony Cumia? You know? He knows this show. Top to bottom, front and back, all over the place. So that'd be my vote. But here's some scenes for the pilot they shot. But it didn't get picked up. It's sad, but and there's Dave. I guess he's like the commissioner or whatever, or you know, somebody. So there he is. He's ready for action. He's climbing up this, but looks like he's having second thoughts about it. This is stupid. What am I doing? Here he is, just lounging around and saying, well, Dave is like this. Yep. And I don't know. I guess Dave's mad because he arrived late or something, whatever. So Anthony Cumia is Mannix. So I'd watch it. Anyway, he ran afoul of Hot Lips, and this probably isn't something we should be intruding upon. It looks like she's stitching his ass, I guess. But then the other arm is, again, this is private, so let's move on. Oh no. Well, an adoring fan got a hold of Anthony, and for a while he was missing, you know, and Dave had to do the show by himself and stuff like that. And but he eventually got free. So, but you know, when you become popular and you gain a fandom, these things can occur. It's miserable sometimes. So now here during 2020, of course, the lockdowns were in full swing, and but it did bring Dave and Anthony closer, and they decided to live together. Yeah, it's kind of sweet, you know. However, there were problems. Anthony, of course, loves to play games, but boy, do those video games piss him off something fierce. And here he is screaming all kinds of horrible terms, you know the ones, and Dave can't get any sleep. I needed a better picture because it's obviously daylight outside, but nevertheless, there's Dave, and he's like, I can't sleep. Poor Beavis couldn't sleep either. He's like, Dave, you just got to get used to it, buddy. And he's like, you know. So, you know, pretty standard on Casa Cumia. Here he is, of course, Anthony Loved Beavis. May he rest in peace. Good old Beavis. What a charming cat, you know. So of course he got this tattoo, and it's it's excellent work. You know, you gotta admit it's pretty good. Yep. Uh, Probably a little too proud of himself. Yeah. Anyway, they were the best of pals, and I don't know what happened. Somehow, some way, they managed to get the train all to themselves. That rarely happens, you know. This has got to be one of the most amazing days of their lives. Beavis is speechless. Anthony is just stunned. I can't believe it. Oh, this is going to be a fun ride, you know? So he thought he would share that with Joe DeRosa and Dave. You know, they're like, oh, man. But there they are. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, here they are hunting, flying saucers and stuff like that. Well, actually, they're just going to leave this kid to the green people. And Anthony's like, screw this. You know, and they're hauling ass right on out of there. So, oh boy, well, maybe there were early signs that, Dave was going to leave the show, and eventually he did. But there were contenders to take his place. It was considered. So Hugh Grant showed up and tried out. So it could have been Anthony Cumia with Hugh Grant. But they just, some people, yeah, it's not totally it's not really Hugh's fault or Anthony's. It's just some people just don't click, So it didn't work out, but they wished him well, and everything's fine. Then John Travolta tried out, and you would have thought, because despite all the jokes, Anthony, I'm sure, is a fan of Travolta, so many films and whatnot, and loves doing the voice and all that. But Travolta insisted that he do the show dressed up as his character from Battlefield Earth, and, well, yeah, it didn't work out. Here, The Great Escape. It's that movie poster, and there's Anthony with, those guys that did that show, and then something happened. And there's Joe DeVito, and there's all these other people, but they don't matter. Anthony got sick, so here's an image that reoccurs several times over. Anthony about to receive some sort of exam by Dr. Landau. And so I did the little get well soon for Anthony to get well soon. And he did. He did. Well, this is actually Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now, it's an image depicting her inner self and her soul. Still got the great rack. Yep. But her soul looks like Brezhnev. Yeah. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So here she is again, once again, wearing a very appropriate outfit. It does speak volumes, and unlike herself. And there you are. Yeah. Here she is at her original job, which she's really good at. The only real job she ever had, bartending. And all talent is on display right here in this image. It's a shame she gave it up. Boy, what glory days those must have been. But, well, all good things, So the world seemed to be going to hell, and pretty much it did in 2020. And so here's Anthony reacting, and I think we can all feel it. Yeah. So there's Xi Jinping, probably grinning and behind a lot of it. There's Nadler again. He still can't get that mask on. De Blasio, complete failure, and has that dumb, stupefied look on his face. Taking a dump. One of his proud citizens pissing in the middle of the street. Use the probably going to have to make a comeback. Zoran. There's Bill Clinton in his favorite dress. And of course, everyone's favorite boys club, or they, them club, what have you, Antifa. Oh, yeah. Showing up in force. And Cuomo doing jazz hands. And I didn't do it. You know, well. And of course, he forgot his camera was on. Remember that? Now, which one of the other panelists was he that turned him on to do that? You know? And don't ask Joe about it. He slept through the whole thing. So here we go. Another pulp art thing. Dave Landau is all nice, warm, and comfy inside this bearskin. But Anthony didn't have a bearskin. So, and then, I don't know, here comes company. So, wonder how that's going to work out. Anyway, here they are again, back on board the Discovery from 2001. The Space Oddity. And, they were short on cash, so they decided to steal an ATM. So there they go. Yeah. Turns out these tattoos weren't permanent. Neither was the Beavis one. So, once again, they really went, beyond just the T-shirts and stuff and costumes. They decided we need the makeup job. So there you go. Dave and Anthony as Beavis and Butthead. Yeah. Pretty good. They did a great job on that. Yeah. And more Pulp Fiction stuff. I added the explosions and the gunfire and whatnot. Oh, wait, I think I added the gun too. Well, all right, whatever. So there they are. They like to play around. And Dave wore a mustache for that shot. This guy. Yeah. Remember what Bagel Boss, whatever, who clearly had some really disturbing obsession with Chrissy Mayer. And so I did this where we just imagine he had a wall with her pictures on it. But then I had to give the idea that there's a wall, And so if I covered the whole thing, well, I guess it still would have worked. So there you go. That was weird. But I think, didn't he end up giving himself a stroke? Because his whole thing was he was pissed off all the time. Yeah. Oh, well, just another element of that beloved year. Here we go. Anthony and Dave as Batman and Robin. And they're trying to, climb up this wall. Could just use the stairs. But anyway, look, I even changed the R to a D. Yeah. But now everyone's going to know it's Dave. I don't know. Anyway, more Batman and with his mustache. Gavin as the Joker. There he is. And Roger Stone as the Riddler. So there they are, standing around in a devastated New York, which it was and kind of still is. So there you go. And probably going to get worse after this next election. So anyway, there we go. There's Bad Anthony. And I left it as Robin. So this way, but it's okay. You can know it now. He's not doing that anymore. So that was Dave. Yeah. Yeah. And I think, that's E-Rock. E-Rock as Batman. Chasing after, that British dude. Damn it. Why am I forgetting his name? He did a lot of the shows. He would come on. And but I did him as the Joker as well. Yeah. Yeah. It must have been a Batman week or something. So there we go. Dave and Anthony riding around. Boy, it's kind of similar to the Adam 12 shot. So there they are in the Batmobile. Yeah. So, of course, the world was going insane. And wait a minute. 2020. They came in. That would have been 2021. This must be really late. Maybe it was already announced that would be. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know why. That's even because, geez, but it's like it's the end of the world. This is called Black Pilled Ant. There's no hope. Everything is horrible. And then, of course, stupid Greta, who is even more stupid now than she was then. Of course, Brother Man. Yep. What else is there to say? Yeah. And speaking of, getting worse than then, what happened? I don't know. Oh, damn it. God, I can't remember anything. He would do Rob Saul's show. We would talk to him and stuff. He did a great impression of Opie. And damn. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I feel bad. This is embarrassing for me. God, jeez, I just can't do it. I don't know. Mike Figs in the life of Bubba Muff Huff. That Chris Gaines crap. I think it must have come up on the show, and for whatever reason, I put like Mike Figs was going to take on this persona and do songs in this shitty trailer house featuring the hit song "Kickin' Shit." Oh yeah, there you go. I don't know. He must have been on the show, and they were talking about that Chris Gaines crap. So there's Anthony and Dave in safety suits. This was an idea that was catching on. Imagine how safe you would be if you just wore that all the time. Yeah. And this one, probably one of the best ones I did for the era. It applies on so many levels. Invasion of the Busybody Snitchers. So, yeah, it's pretty good. We all know the deal. Of course, Star Trek, much like Batman, will make multiple appearances, but more of Star Trek because Anthony is a fan of the show. So here, Nick DiPaolo is the captain. Anthony is Mr. Sulu, and Dave is Mr. Chekhov. So there you go. All right. Well, yeah, they're a couple. There's the background. It's just too damn easy and yet hilarious. So there you go. Chris Cuomo as Fredo. Oh boy, don't you call him that. Yeah. Oh, but he's made a 180, right? His eyes have opened up, and now he's going to lecture the rest of us on, what's right and wrong and all that. Yeah. And just basically some probably a lobby card or something, but a poster advertisement for Cobra. Crime is a disease. Meet the cure. So there you go. Anthony as Cobra. Strong arm of the Cobra is. Look, Stallone did some good movies, but this one, it's damn near a comedy, Oh, geez. And I don't know. It just. Yeah, this was pretty good. I like this one. Yeah. So here we are, Anthony playing with an airplane, Dave along for the ride, and the shocked horse mask. I don't know. I just thought it would be. There might be more of a point to it for whatever the show was talking about, but did that. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I had to add the mountain range in the background. So they're busy getting their selfie. The horse seems to be the only one concerned as the mountain is flying right into it. Lionel, of course, investigating, looking for the solution to conspiracies and whatnot. And New York City in the background. And, of course, Anthony as his favorite detective, Lieutenant Columbo. So there you have it. See? Makes a nice image. And, of course, Halloween. So Halloween, all the month of October will be Halloween images, and such was the case way back when in 2020. So there you have just about everybody that was involved with Compound Media at the time, all these different hosts. Do you see your favorites in here? So there they all are. And Anthony as Count Dracula. There we go. Yeah. There they all are. Where are they now? Yeah, well. Anyway, here's Anthony and Dave as astronauts from some old sci-fi movie that I don't even know. But I thought it looked cool, so I put them in it. And then, of course, not everything was Halloween. Halloween gets a lot of imagery. But then hey, Thanksgiving. So, and then they did a get-together Thanksgiving show, or not on Thanksgiving Day, I don't think, but, getting there. So once again, just about everybody from Compound at the time appeared in this image. So if you look, there's E-Rock, there's Roy, there's Dave Schultz, there's Chrissy, Eastside Dave, is that Tiggs, I guess, Flutzy, Garrett, Beavis, as the baby, Aaron, Anthony, Pat, Dave, and there's Talib in the background. So there they are, ever so thankful and happy about being thankful. So here's an image. There was probably some story about Antifa on there. Jason Alexander must have played the piano or something. I don't know. And this cop chasing the Antifa guy. This guy's face is significant for some reason. He must have been someone up to no good or an idiot or whatever, and I stuck him on that. And Anthony's upset that they're doing all this on his table while he's trying to do a show. But some people just have no respect, Anyway, Anthony's giving Dave an exam, so he needs to cough. So you get the idea. Once again, Anthony's very upset. He's forced to wear the mask. The infected zombies are everywhere. Everything's going to hell. A plane parked itself in the window of a building. It's just terrible. More than likely another Halloween image. I don't know. But, this sort of thing kept recurring for some reason in 2020. Oh yeah, it was that cold. So here, Dave and Anthony are prepared. They've got their suits on, their masks, and even little Beavis. Look at that. Well, and oh no, look how monstrous COVID was. It was just everywhere then. It's floating around outside, wanting to get in to Compound. And still there. Things look bad. So Dave had to give Anthony the test for COVID. And of course, China says the best one, the swab in the mouth, you got to do it rectally. So Anthony's got to get the rectal test. So Dave was only too happy to provide the service. Colin Quinn Cowboy Show. You remember Colin Quinn did that cop show? So I started thinking, hey, he could do other genres like Westerns. So it could have been Colin Quinn Cowboy Show. And that's pretty much what it would be, I bet. Yeah. And it didn't get picked up, though. Of course, Crap and Corn won. That's that movie in the 70s that had O.J. Simpson in it. And they played these astronauts that were supposed to be the first Mars, but they decided to fake it. The astronauts had died on the way back to cover it up, so they were going to have to kill the astronauts. So they were left out in the desert running away from their assassins, and only one of them survived in the end. Do you remember which one? So anyway, there you go. It was Capricorn one, but I can't. Crap and Corn one because they got to be scared to death, you know. Now here were some other possibilities. Of course, Anthony playing Mannix, but all the the great detective shows from the 70s could come back. So Bobby Kelly as Cannon, so he could play that role, and Dave Landau as Ironsides. Yeah, see, I mean, why not? Here we go. Jaws. But it's Cumia. So there you go. Yeah. Here was, I don't know, hair metal band stuff. And I just threw it on there. So if Cumland Cumia and Landau put together, and that forms their band. And there you go. Cumland. Here they are when they got into wrestling. It didn't last long, but it made a good image. And of course, Anthony was looking to get into dance. Utilize the background, half-tone pattern for separation and all that. More dancing. So which one dances the worst? I don't know. Another Star Trek. This one. Oh no, something happened to Spock. It's Anthony Spock. Dave Landau is Captain. I believe someone called in and said they thought Dave Landau looked like William Shatner. I don't see it, but okay. So, speaking of Landau, here's a bunch of the saved Photoshop characters of Landau that would appear from time to time, and lots of Photoshop. So there he is, Ziggy Stardust. There he is in this harness. There he is as the Black Scorpion. Here he is as a guy with a super soaker. Here he is as Negan, Panda Man, the Pharaoh, Superman, and Freddie Mercury, because he grew his mustache. That's his real mustache. So I figured, he can wear a Freddie Mercury outfit. See? All kinds of options. Just more commentary on New York and whatnot and their leadership. So there's de Blasio and Nadler. Still can't figure out that mask. And then, of course, the street pisser. Perfect illustration of the de Blasio reign. And then, of course, Antifa peacefully protesting. Yeah. So anyway, and that's actual. Yeah, that was from one of their protests where he's beating this police officer with this club. It's his side. It's a club. Yeah. Only now declared as a terrorist organization, but yeah. So here was an image for Anthony to cover the 2019 primary debate. So this is for that's what. Yeah, some of this is jumbled up. It doesn't belong in this folder. That's the deal. This is 2019. What the hell? How'd this get in there? Well, it's here anyway. So there you go. You had I forget his name, Butto. What's his face? Called himself Spartacus. Of course, Kamala. Bernie Sanders is Robin Hood. Biden was the lifeguard, of course. You know, when he went after Corn Pop and liked the kids to touch his leg hair. Pocahontas, Santa Claus, Andrew Yang, because, you know, he promises the free lunch. And what do you know? What do you know? Tulsi Gabbard really turned out it's fitting she's Wonder Woman. Then Booty Jazz. And then Anthony, wrapped in the flag, your host for his insightful, in-depth analysis of the primary debate. Yeah. Oh yeah, the lights went out in New York. And so Mr. Mayor, bye, bye. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, well, Anthony's ex-wife got arrested for some shenanigans, and they got the mugshot. But people noticed, boy, she had a resemblance to a celebrity, Dog the Bounty Hunter. So I put Dog the Bounty Hunter there. It says, Dog the Bounty Hunter now identifies as Jennifer Cumia. So a little off, though. He needed to move it over a little bit, but yeah. Of course, Dave knows Detroit, so I put him on the Dr. Detroit movie poster. There you go. There's Dave. If there was to be a remake of Dr. Detroit, call Dave. So, again, this has got to be 2021. I screwed up some kind of way, but whatever. So, once again, Anthony getting the Chinese version of the COVID test from Dr. Rachel. Yeah. Yeah. Another Halloween image. Count Cumia versus the Landau monster. And who wins? I don't know. Another movie poster. And then I added these costume images of Arab Anthony and soldier Landau. And then here in the movie, same thing, you know, but I don't even remember what the movie was, but it's from the poster. You can still see the folds in it, even though I took out everything else. Anyway, I don't know. I thought it looked cool. Of course, from a classic Star Trek episode talking about the silliness of racism and whatnot, you know. So there's Landau, Captain Anthony, and oh, good Lord, he would do the show all the time too. Oh, damn it. And he was kind of a regular, you know, and but anyway, put him in the makeup. There you go. Well, things are going to hell. I can't remember what this was all about. Something went wrong. There's Anthony, but he has the angelic Freddie Mercury Landau and then the demonic devil Landau on his shoulder. I don't know. And there's Lawrence O'Donnell going nuts. Stupid Maddow with her tinfoil hat. And Gavin, I don't know. I guess Gavin showed up as the Joker again. And the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Amy Schumer did a special about being pregnant or whatever. So is expecting Schumer. Chuck Schumer. Oh yeah, God, now I'm blanking on this guy's name, the piano guy. Oh my God, Liberace. Jeez, holy crap. Oh, this is starting to get serious. Anyway, they did that movie about him and his boyfriend. So there you go. Beavis says, why am I a part of this? Anyway. So the Fantasy Island imagery. Now they're getting really fashionable and stuff and showing off, going on a night. clubbing, you know? Yeah. Oh yeah, Anthony had a mysterious visitor, and it was damn near like right out of a horror movie. So I put Marky Mark's face on for that movie he did where he was, ow, you know. But yeah, the imagery, that's 2019. So yeah, some of this is 2019, not diddy diddy. So I don't know, I screwed up. Of course, the cancellation of Gavin McInnes was underway, so I did a free Gavin McInnes, and there he is as a Canadian Mountie. Um, he he did get his ex back, yeah, yeah. Hopefully he gets. Did he get it? I don't think he got his YouTube channel back yet, but he should. Anyway, oh yeah, this Pan Am show, it didn't last very long, but it just shows you how great uh, airplanes were when you had these ladies, you know. Oh, that's great. So bring back the friendly skies. So there's our pilots, Landau and Cumia. Yeah. Oh boy, those were the days. Anyway, here's Cumia from The Shining. Stayed out too long. Well, it happens. Yeah, there was something about GameStop. Oh yeah, suddenly their stock went up when it was like, what the hell? This is, it's a dying industry or whatever. There won't be the stores or whatever. And then people just started putting money into it. It was something like that. So yeah, I did this image for these these con artists are encouraging you to buy in. Another one of these. Gavin McInnes went to the woods to take a shit. His underwear was never seen again. The Gavin McInnes Project. And here's a collection of all my Gavin McInnes characters. I still have them. Ready-made to use. Can be placed anywhere. So just Gavin standing in a suit. Gavin as the Vision. Gavin as Batman, which is particularly good because of the beard. Also, Ziggy starred as Gavin. Just Gavin. This is Gavin. This was his clothes. Mountie Gavin, Disco Gavin, Gavin in another suit. I think that's his actual suit, too. This one wasn't, but this one is. Gavin in his Proud Boys shirt, I believe. Gavin with his pants pulled up. Proud Boy superhero Gavin. Gavin with a pizza flexing. Gavin in a bathrobe. I think I did that for his get off my lawn thing. Doctor Strange Gavin, a Beavis Man Gavin, and Joker Gavin. Oh yeah, the little cartoon characters from the comic book he wrote way back when with artist Dave Cooper. Yeah. And there you go. The Gavins. Oh yeah, I guess this came up on the show. This old story, TMZ exclusive. Terrible to Kiss is actor Richard Gere's sexual assault. It's lies. No, it's not. So there you go. Anthony got sick, so I sent him a get well soon message. There he is with his sniffles, and he's it's cold. And Beavis is concerned, so he's taking care of him, Bob Levy showed up, and looks like he's pissed off about something, so he's just stomping the city. And so there we go. There's a good image of Bob. Another Halloween image from Frankenstein. And there's Anthony and Dave digging up a body, for the experiments. Jimmy showed up. So here's Jim Norton as the werewolf, the vampire, and the Frankenstein monster. See? But is it Jimmy? No, it's Chip. So it's Chip Chipperson playing all those characters. And here's Anthony and Dave. Oh boy, it was a lot of work to make this happen, but they decided that year they would go to this Halloween costume party as the Thing. Not the Fantastic Four thing, the Thing from the John Carpenter film. And I got to say, It's a really great costume. Oh, yeah. Now, these were a little cheaper. Dave's is really cheap. Anthony's, except it belonged to Gavin. So, but, it really, Anthony, it's the Beavis man suit. So I guess Gavin said, you can have it. So there you go. Anthony in his Beavis man suit, or Bingle man, I guess. Anyway, there's the bats, the jack-o'-lanterns, the fog, the lightning, all of it. Halloween, the mad scientist, the monster, Dave Landau, and same thing, Yeah. Yeah, a lot of this is what I would already have it set up. I was going to have lightning and storm clouds in the background and all that. So I just leave it like that and then add whatever. Yeah, all right. I get lazy sometimes. But it's a lot of stuff. This one, well, this is cool. This is from a Mad magazine cover. And so there you have, so there's Anthony pulling the white rabbit out of the hat. Then the white rabbit pulls Dave Landau out of its hat. Dave Landau pulls another rabbit out of that. So on and on it goes. Where does it stop? Well, it stops right here. Once again, back in the old studio. This is the original studio of the Anthony Cumia Show, way back when, in his basement. I did these little animations of Beavis as if Beavis snuck down, broke into the old studio and did his own Beavis Cumia Show. And the dinosaur was his producer. Yeah, he still had the dinosaur back then. And it was fun. But anyway, I don't think they ever actually did one where they were together in that setup. They just sat at the table. But it would have been funny if he had done that. But anyway, so I set that up, and there they are in their hazmat suits because, the lockdown, Once again, another Batman image, Bat Ant, Robin Landau, and I believe this is Mara Merrick as Catwoman. And, she could pull that off. She's a sexy woman. So there you go. The Democratic Party kicking him into the White House. Yes, even though he's a sick old man. But there you go. Just about every image I did, Biden is spot on. So there you go. Yeah. More costumes. So way more of the same. There's Lifeguard Biden, Robin Hood Sanders, Pocahontas Warren, and Wonder Woman Tulsi. Yeah. Even then, I could tell she was the best of the batch. Oh, yeah. Well, don't lie. Everybody does it. Oh, yeah, because we all know how she started her career. So there's Kamala in a sexy cop outfit with Biden, still going as the lifeguard. I don't know why I put them in the courthouse. I've done this image a lot with Judge Kangaroo because of all the cancellation that was going on. Maybe that's when deep discounts and I can't be associated with God or some crap like that. I don't know. But here they are in Kangaroo Court. And I don't know. I can't remember what the deal was here. Why Jeremy Piven and Landau, I'm putting them together, but I did this for the Landau Piven show. So I can't remember the context, but still looks kind of funny though. I don't know. Is Dave already gone? I don't know, but Beavis has to fill in for Dave. And I don't know, Anthony. He doesn't look happy about the situation. Beavis can't even look at him. I don't know. But, these things happen. Oh, yeah. Remember Lafternoons? For some reason, that didn't take off. It's a great title. Lafternoons. And there's Cartoon Anthony I never really did a good cartoon Dave, but that's probably the best cartoon Anthony I ever did. Yeah. Another comic book thing, Limb Different Men, which, yeah, that was something. They were trying to make that a thing for, but I, I don't know. So there's Dave as the Black Claw and Anthony as Thumbless Green. I don't know. So how about that? So here, the man behind the curtain, Lionel, and Dave and Anthony, shooting the shit. Oh yeah, they were talking about the potential for woke remakes, which we did get quite a few. But for Little House on the Prairie, what would it be? Well, here's Paul. I don't know if this is supposed to be the wife or if he is, or maybe this is, was it Mary or Sue? I can't remember the older sister, the one who went blind. And then there's Laura Ingalls. And I guess the doctor. So get ready for the new and improved Little House on the Prairie. Lord of the Rings. So there's, is it, or is this the Hobbit? I can't remember which. But anyway, there's Anthony as a Hobbit. There's Dave as Smeagol. And, Kevin Smith's buddy. Why am I blank on everybody's name almost. Holy crap, that's embarrassing. But anyway, he's Gandalf. And, I put Beavis' head on the gargoyles. Jeez. Oh, man. Oh, anyway. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I don't know. I guess for whatever reason, it came up on the show, but I don't recall exactly how or why. But anyways, David Lynch's Return of the Jedi, because I think he was in the running to do Return of the Jedi or something like that. Anyway, here it is. The Twin Peaks Lodge, Darth Vader. And then Sting from Dune, which he did do. And then, of course, the Ewoks, who probably snap their fingers and dance around and talk backwards and stuff. So there you go. David Lynch's Return of the Jedi. Chris Matthews got canceled. And every time someone would get canceled, I would do a mock-up of them doing a show for Compound Media. So his show would be called Mad as Hell with Chris Matthews. Chris Matthews, yeah. So there you go. Yeah. I guess it didn't work out. Of course, Mandalorian was all the rage at the time. So there's Anthony as Mandalorian and Dave as Baby Yoda. We didn't know he was Grogu yet. So there you go. See? Jim Norton as the face on Mars. Yeah. So they're checking that out. Jimmy doesn't seem convinced, but there it is. I don't know. I guess I can't remember. He did some movie they were laughing at or something. Damn, I can't remember how it all started, but it was like they were talking about movie stars today. To really be cool is you got to play a gay role. Of course, then the rules became you had to actually be gay to do it. But there's like the Duke's bravest role ever. John Wayne is McQueer. I can't remember what the hell. But there it is. Here's an image of Anthony as the guy from Monopoly. Oh, damn, look at that. I left the mustache in. Damn it. Stupid. You need to take that out. Oh, man. Now I'm embarrassed. Anthony as Moses. You see the Egyptian pyramids and everything back then. Dave as Pharaoh. And Beavis as Well, Beavis. Of course, when the Pharaoh goes, so goes the cat. Oh yeah, remember the murder hornets? Well, that's them. That was supposed to be the next big thing. A plague of murder hornets was going to rain down on it. So here's everybody from Compound running away from the murder hornets. I don't think did anyone get murdered by the hornets? Yeah, I guess not. I don't really recall it. Makes a cool image for a movie, though, if it was murder hornets, all that. Anyway, oh yeah, there's that thing about Bob Ross was like a special forces assassin in Vietnam or something. Now, of course, I guess he's just now going under the water, and he would have had a knife in his mouth as he's going to assassinate some Viet Cong general or whatever, because his hair would be all wet and hanging down. But so once he comes out of it, it will be. But right now, there he is. I'm gonna just take a little dip here in this creek and make my way to the VC camp and take a little knife out and go to town on the enemy commander. That's right. So censorship and stuff became quite the topic of the era, and so once again, did this image. Don't know in particular what subject they were talking about, but there's Anthony and Dave Landau looking shocked and scared as Agent Smith shows up to shut down the show. He says, "This show has revealed national security information. You did not see it. Repeat." So there you go. Neil deGrasse Tyson showed up. He would do his show from Anthony's studio from time to time. So here they are, all dressed up in Star Trek outfits from Star Trek, the motion picture. And then just for good measure, Robbie the Robot showed up. I don't know. He just looks cool. Then thoughts about what if, proper management took over a compound. So, of course, you get these DEI girls to come in and revamp it. So there's the new logo, and the more friendly and inclusive color of pink. And they're telling you, get ready for new compound media. Well, it didn't work out for some reason, Meanwhile, the White House paid a visit to Anthony, and Joe wanted a good sniff, and his boss was now the body I did is not real, but this is her head, and she was wearing that hat. Oh yeah. Explains a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, the James Bond movies weren't doing so great, and people were thinking, "Oh man, that first one he did was really cool," but then after that, I don't know. So anyway, they were talking about a new Bond film at the time. Little did we know, what it would become. But what would be the title? So Nothing Matters, because in the woke era, can there be a James Bond? So there he is, just crying, sitting on the floor, and like, why do I even go on? Yeah. Here we go. Well, do I need to explain it? I don't think so. But this image became the quintessential Joe Biden portrait that I would use repeatedly, even more than the lifeguard, because, the lifeguard story really strains credibility, Anyway, oh no. Well, this has got to be 2021. Yeah. Well, whatever. As Nurse Ratched. Yeah. Oh boy. More of just, the state of New York at the time, and still tell your same characters. There's de Blasio taking a dump. There's the quintessential portrait man of the era taking a piss. And of course, Antifa. Yeah, they're all ready to go. And Nadler still see, this Antifa guy knows how to wear it. Nadler. I can't remember what the deal was and why Chrissy married. Did someone flash her? Because I remember there was some guy who flashed Mandy, not in 2020, but or maybe it was. I can't remember. Maybe before that, something like that. But whatever. It was all going to hell, you know. Another one that, you know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, oh yeah. Remember when the fly got on his head in the debate? Well, yeah, yeah. Here's from that movie Pillow Talk. So, makes for great imagery. So there's Anthony talking on the phone to asks for the lockdown, the plague, you know. So there's Anthony, there's Dave, and for some reason, Dr. Fauci, because he knew better, it's useless, it won't work, but do it. Yeah, I think this is one of those charlatan pastors, you know, send money now and you'll be cured or some crap like that. So there I had Anthony Moses, you know, decrying this is all wrong. So obviously the guy's worshiping the golden calf, and here comes the money and all that. So there you go. And then I saw these lovely hairdos and thought they would make great portraits for Anthony and Dave. See? Yeah. It's going to come back in style. There's Howard and Beth jogging through their beloved New York City. It's going great. Yeah. Well, you know, sponsors were always welcome at Compound. So, yeah. So another image for the presidential debate of Diddy. So once again, Super Trump and Lifeguard Joe, Anthony and the flag. There you go. And I did the colors up for the logo, you know, red, white, and blue, and all that same thing here. So, of course, the moon-suited Chinese guys walking out of a building, and supposedly the bats were the source of everything. Well, we know better now. But anyway. Oh, yeah, it's not all Halloween. There is Christmas. So there's Santa Aunt and little elf Dave. Yeah. More. And Brian? No. Yeah. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, there he is. The Ring Girl and who is this actress? I don't know. Why did I make her that? See, it's gone. I don't know, but she's coming out to get Anthony, and he's like, oh, and Dave's already hiding, you know. Oh, so I don't know why I put that on there. the Dr. Tiger. Well, there you go. Oh, it's a lovely couple. And here we go. Boy, this one's old, isn't it? As the Sgt. Pepper band, Steven Crowder was a guest on the show. There's Nick DiPaolo was there, and of course Dave with Anthony. And then of course he was going to bust a move on Dave. Yeah. Another Pulp Fiction cover image of Dave and Anthony on vacation being interrupted by a shark. Yeah, Cumia as Shazam, Captain Marvel, whatever, and Dave as Billy Batson. Beginning to realize there's something up with Stuttering John. Here he was being examined by our medical experts, but he didn't take the advice. So another statement on the era. So there we go. Boy, it really piles up, doesn't it? Yeah. Yoda Jimmy, Captain Ant, Dave Skywalker, Dr. Oh, damn. It's Jeff, isn't it? Jeff. Anyway, and then Opie as Kylo Ren. Yeah. Another idea for Colin Quinn was Space Show. So all the shenanigans that went on behind the scenes of Space Show. So he could have, but it didn't get picked up. So, and they tried. So there's Voss and Bonnie were co-stars, but well, I guess it didn't work out. Probably Anthony was talking initially about how Walking Dead had run its course and was a dumb show, and it sucked him in, and he's not falling for it anymore. So I did this image of Negan jumping the zombie. I don't know what the beach scene is from. It's not from Jaws, but it kind of fits in with it. And so that's of course Fonzie's body, but Negan jumping. Which that show did. He did jump the zombie. Oh, went on way too, still going on. I stand with Allie. I'm not sure what the deal was. I'm sure it was just something of a joke. I don't recall anything too bad. Because I miss Allie. She was sweet. And but there we go. Allie as the Statue of Liberty, But she got the hell out of that town. Anyway, another image from Star Trek. There's Anthony relaxing. Not as Captain Kirk. This is Captain Pike. So he's just relaxing with his kitty cat. Yeah. Anthony and Dave from The Sting. There you go. Yeah. Anthony and Dave showing off their fashion flair, because they know where it's at. Super Ant having a few, after a show, you just want to relax and unwind. So there you go. Wow, an actual comic book image that I did. So there's Tales from the Compound. And I don't know, Dr. Landau. Sometimes I feel like Beavis doesn't love me. So he's the psychiatrist. And Anthony is in doubt, crying and all that. So here's another movie poster, and I forget from what, but there's Landau sitting on this folder that Anthony is stuck in. I don't think this was a movie about people who were shrunk down, but whatever. Happy Thanksgiving decoration. So there's Beavis. I don't know if that's Beavis too, but maybe it was supposed to be Neo because they were fighting or something. I can't remember. But anyway, you see all the decorative, leaves and stuff. And there's Anthony saying how. And Pilgrim Landau is offering a rubber chicken to him so he can buy his land. And there you go. Oh, and I did the colorful Thanksgiving orange and yellows mixed in with the background. Yeah. Anyway, that would be so great if this was the end of the show. Wouldn't it be perfect? But there's a few more images. But I sent that in so you could have a Looney Tunes logo for the end of Anthony's show. And then another one when it was Laughternoons. There's Daddy Ant and Baby Dave. That's all, folks. And that's, it's nice. So here we go. Anthony really wanting to identify with his bestie, Beavis, but Beavis wanting to identify as a mature man. And I don't know, I'm thinking Beavis did better. Anyway, do the Cumia. So once again, a dance. So Dave and Anthony took up dancing, and that didn't last long. There was something about Amy Schumer movies that came up, and oh boy, a certain thing happened. So here we go, starring Amy Schumer and Amy Schumer. So I don't know did she do one of those where she played two characters? in it, So I did want a mock-up for the same movie, based on a bunch of other films you've seen a million times, featuring a few good jokes by Patrice O'Neal, Dave Attell, and Tammy Pescatelli. So, yeah, there you go. Same movie. Here's a Star Wars image. DeRosa and Anthony, of course, says, well, that's Palpatine, I think. And then Bailey J as Rey. Yep. Oh, yeah. Now, this goes back a ways. I think I did a similar one. Because I came up with it. Because the first time I ever got to actually talk to Chrissy Meyer is when she was a guest on Rob Salt's show. And this was a long time ago. And was goofing around, and I said, oh, she did something with it. I said, yeah, you look like that chick from the Blair Witch Project. So she started acting it out. So I had the image in there. And so it's the Wet Spot Project. Chrissy Meyer went into the unknown to explore the legend of the wet spot. A year later, her footage was found. So there you go. See, it works. Beavis, no. Well, Anthony getting his ass chewed out by Tiger, and Dave's no help at all. Obviously from Tiger King. Yeah, because they banned this cartoon dog because they said cartoon cop dogs are offensive to minorities. So the faces of systemic racism. McGruff, and I forget the name of the dog from that cartoon, but and then here another attempt to get progressive and just try to give in to the woke and what the show might have looked like. So remember the Time's Up movement? Yeah, well, it's just as well. And then, you change the logo name, and there you have it. Man bun, pussy hat. Oh, man, if only it had been given a chance. But, well, it just didn't happen. Oh, wow, I even put Time's Up on his mic thing. so anyway, there you go. I don't know. I guess they were doing a conspiracy theory show. I don't know why this guy is done up as Nosferatu, but he is. And everyone's got a tinfoil hat except Nosferatu. So, and of course, well, I didn't know it at the time, but and of course, covering The View with Pat Dixon. Pat Dixon was on the show with that. And of course, the only way to depict The View. So there's Don Jr. He was still dating. Oh, damn it. Now, you got to be kidding me. Blanking on her name. They're not anymore. Trump, as a consolation, made her an ambassador to some country or something. But anyway, at the time they were dating. And then, well, here's the chicken coop. That's what the show should be rebranded as. The Chicken Coop. So there you go. Another conversation now between, I don't know. I thought it was Michael Malice, but I think anyway, there they are. What you doing? And they're from the Pillow Talk movie. Another Greta's there's, of course, Anthony wearing a Manic shirt, Dave wearing Where's Rodney shirt. Everything's right with the world. So, of course, Tucker got fired. And so yet another host said, hey, give him a show on Compound. So the Tucker Zone. But I don't know. Negotiations fell through. It didn't work out. So that's too bad. But anyway, there you go. Or maybe it's for the best. Anyway, there you go. So here's this cloud image from Weather Maps that shows wind, and it blew Phil Spector's wig off during his murder trial. Yeah, that's what he really looks like. Yeah. So there you go. You don't get this kind of coverage anywhere but Compound. Anthony, once again, exploring dance. Beavis was horrified. So I think this finally put an end to that phase of his life. Nice beaver. So there you go. Yep. Anthony approves. And a candidate that really should get some consideration, Vaughn. So he'll have America's enemies by their bust of Browns. So there you go. Vaughn. Vaughn. Yeah, you know that it's a company that provides sitter. That song, Visiting Angels, and I can't remember what the other lyric is, but I just threw it in because I'm going to hire someone to deal with it. So visiting devils who are much cheaper than visiting angels. So the logo, visiting devils when no one else cares. At Visiting Devils, our staff provide a variety of stimulating activities for your elderly burdens. So there's Dave. He's a visiting devil. He's got his bat ready to keep elderly Anthony in line. He looks concerned. Visiting devils when no one else cares. Yeah, this is a good one. So there's Pimp Anthony with his cornrow. Oh, shit, this one, I wish I could make it into a t-shirt. I got the shades in it. It's good. Oh, yeah. I forget what the movie was or what. Yeah, it was these girls. They got in trouble. Imagine that. Another comic book cover, Werewolf Dave. It is Werewolf by Night comic, but there's Werewolf Dave. Count Cumia strikes, so they're having a little battle. A clash of busted balls. So there you go. Yeah. Dave was a teenage werewolf. Okay. Woke Mafia, a Dave Landau film. So, yeah, it was pitched. There was a lot of discussion, but, it stayed in development hell. And alas, it just was not to be. So you didn't get Woke Mafia, starring Anthony Cumia in a Dave Landau film featuring Beavis. So, Woke P Radio. Brought to you by Mr. Microphone. So that was like Anthony's criticism of Woke P, OP's podcast where he's just lazily, sometimes just literally laying on the couch, with his microphone there, and it just looked, it might as well have been Mr. Microphone. And it's like, what the hell? You're a millionaire. Get a better setup. And yeah, he refuses. He'll comb his hair before he gets a better setup. And of course, wood shampoo. So this is a pretty good pose I did of Anthony. I still had the figure. It comes up pretty handily sometimes because it still applies. So woke shampoo. Take out the trash with the old wood shampoo, a proud sponsor of Compound Media. So there you go. Oh, wait. Yep, that's it. That's it. That's our final image. And what an image to end on. Woke shampoo. I'm sure if it could be a sponsor, it would be welcomed with open arms, Woke shampoo. Oh, and this wasn't all the images from the 2020 folder, but man, it was a lot. I didn't think it. I did. I was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to fill up an hour of this. I did more than that. So there we go. How about that? Cool. Wowie kazowie. All right. So there we have it. Anthony Cumia Show. Brought to you by Wood Shampoo. Um, oh, for crying out loud. There. Jeez. No, I don't want that one. There. Good Lord. What a mess. That's embarrassing. Hayden, is those the world famous Doug Nelson? You mean the Photoshops? Yes. Captain Infinity Time Travel Police offers a cuppa. Lugs! Dressed up as Robin, Landau looked like Bobo. Yeah, I guess so. Lugs, it's the domino mask, LOL. uh, I guess, but I mean, like, because it's like glasses. Jason Selly, Will Noonan, yes. Dave Temple, yes. Will Noonan could do an excellent Opie. Dave Temple was a regular guest on the show. And yeah, I apologize, Mr. Temple and Mr. Noonan. Because Will Noonan, he would come on the Rob Salt show too, and I used to do that. And he's a funny guy. Nodak says, hit the like button. Well, I hope everyone did. Nodak, David Lynch turned down George Lucas's offer to direct Return of the Jedi. So, see, it could have happened. And I gave you an indication of what it could have looked like. Jason Shelley says, hey, Nodak. Nodak says, hi, Jason. Nodak says, there is a John Wayne movie called McHugh. Yeah, that must have been what they were talking about. And, well, one thing led to another. So, yeah, that's probably what it was. Jason Shelley, yes. Brian Johnson, yes. Kimberly Guilfoyle. And I was thinking, like, Brian, yeah, his name is like, doesn't someone famous or something like that? Anyway, Kimberly Guilfoyle. I don't know how the hell you forget a name like that, but I did. Leave it to, the early onset of senility right in front of God and everybody. Jason Selly, Visiting Angels, America's Choice in Home Care. Yeah, that was the actual line. When no one else cares. Oh, God. Oh, man. It's terrible. It's just awful. But, yeah, I did it anyway. So there you go. There is a 2021 folder, but obviously some of these images had to have been from doing all that Biden stuff, depicting him as already being president. So surely something happened in there. So I got it wrong somehow, but so what? It's all my images from offering those to the Anthony Cumia show. And it was a lot of fun. So I'll do another one at some point on the others. and we'll do this. Yeah, it's fun. So there we go. Have a good rest of your Friday. I have to go eventually get ready for bed because tonight help me. Yeah. But eventually I'll do another stream. I got a lot about movies and stuff like that, and so there'll be something around. And we'll get back to it at a later date. There he is. So anyway, have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Please wrap up.
Look at me!
Okay, we're all done here.
Fucking pathetic!
We're all done. Come on.